Hey everybody, it is I4K, as you know down new, and I would like to welcome you back to the Distance Beta for another track showcase. Today's track is Magi, and I am joined by its creator, Protobot. Say hi.
What's up?
For a little bit of an interview. So let's get started. First off, what was your inspiration for this delightful visual? It's beautiful. What was your inspiration?
Okay, well, so I mean, I wanted to do like a sprint track for the advent calendar, and there's a couple tracks in F-Zero GX that kind of have like braided sections, and so I wanted something that had kind of a triple track braided section, and I guess I just liked the sort of the visual style of like, you know, purples and oranges, but I wanted kind of a more Christmassy feel because it's the advent calendar, so I put in some red and green lights and stuff like that, and just as far as visuals are concerned, I guess I like to bring the decorations really close to the track and just, you know, do stuff like that.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
So those are kind of the themes that I was playing with mostly.
Okay, cool. Ha, you blew up. What, oh, jeez. Is there anything about this track that you change?
So, yeah, I mean, going back on it now, there's a part near the end that isn't, you know, there's a forking path and there isn't really any reason to take one of the forks. God.
No, it's okay. You can say it. You can say my name.
Word. This sort of upper deck part where you're zooming along the top of the track is cool, but you know, maybe a little bit like the obstacles are a little, you know, not quite perfect. There isn't a lot going on in these two inverse loop areas that, you know, but I mean, little stuff. I'm generally pretty happy with it. I really like how the decorations came out.
I gotta say, these visuals are insanely cool. I just noticed that these loops are red and green.
Oh, yeah.
You sneaking in that Christmas cheer.
Yeah, so I really wanted to have kind of a 4-color palette. So I love, you know, putting purple in the levels because I think it's super underused and I think it's really cool.
Definitely.
But then, like, you know, red and green, and then yellow, just because that kind of goes with the other three.
It creates a really, really cool visual contrast, and the way that all of the colors actually like blend together.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. It's kind of trippy too.
Yeah, no, I definitely wanted something that, you know, was not quite as dark as, you know, I feel like the temptation with, you know, for me anyway, with these distance levels is to just go dark as you possibly can and just turn down the specular and just make it really, you know, grim and brooding and all that. But then I was like, you know, no, it's the holiday season and I want lights and shiny things, and so that's kind of what I was going for.
Nice. Nice. I definitely see it. It definitely came through, and it's definitely awesome. And I'm gonna take the left path. Woo!
Yeah. So this is what I was talking about.
That's the fork that you were talking about. The right path. We took it when we were warming up, and it's a bit harder, but like it's not as quick.
Yeah. That's the thing. Is like I built it out, and I just couldn't get it to feel like make it easy enough on your first run through. So I just kept it in because it's cool. But then like obviously the tunnel is the faster way to go. And
then there's I remember I said we probably wouldn't stop here, but we're gonna stop here because this is incredible. I have to show this off.
Okay, sure.
It's required by law or something, I guess.
Okay.
I love this icy area that you've made. This is incredibly cool. Why don't you tell me how you did this?
So this is sort of, so what we're driving on is sort of in the distance editor, there's sort of these primitives. And one of them is just, it's a glowing cube. So I made the cube really big and changed it to glow sort of a blue. And it just sort of naturally has this wavy texture on it. So that's the ice. And then below it, I've just taken all the decorations and track elements in the world and just flipped them upside down. And so that gives the effect of it being a mirrored surface. And that's actually an old computer graphics trick. You'll see that a lot in like Quake and stuff like that.
Yeah,
or I don't know, you know.
It's definitely an older trick, but it's kind of cool to see such an old trick reused in newer games.
Yeah, it's definitely, I thought it was cool. Actually, where you'll see it a lot is in like Minecraft, people do it, because you can't create a mirror, but you know, people will use it for decorating floors and things like that.
Yeah.
So, so that's where I saw it most recently.
Nice. I just wanted to stop and appreciate this and let everybody see it. And I love the North Star that you've got going here.
Yeah, so
Sort
I
of
mean that was
trigger
sort of
where
necessity.
we're supposed to go.
Yeah, because
Bam.
you're never gonna find the teleporter if you just have to drive around. So
Yeah.
I figured I'll put something above it, and then I'm like, oh, it's an advent calendar level. Like obviously, like it's obvious what it has to be.
Yep.
So
Very, very obvious.
yeah, so that was all just necessity, really.
It ended up really, really well. And this rolling start's really cool. Even if it glitches out a little bit in multiplayer the first time you run through.
Yeah, so that was just happy discovery. I didn't know that it would work, and it does. So
Woohoo.
you can shoot through a teleporter while you're in the intro sequence, which is kind of neat.
It's pretty fantastic. Is there a... Oh, geez, man. Do you... Do you have any plans for future levels? I remember you telling me you were working on another one.
So I actually do have another level coming out. I want to say the 21st for the Distance Advent Calendar. It's not not going to be quite as involved, but yeah, I mean I do like making levels, and I'm certainly not as prolific as some, but
Curse me!
yeah, right. But then like when I put one out, I like it to be something that I can be proud of. So that's sort of why they're always so long and filled with crap.
Can you tease us a bit about this new level you've got?
Yeah.
Or would you rather not?
No, I'm happy to. Yeah. So I mean, basically the idea is that it's going to be a tag level, which is less time consuming, just sort of an arena, and the idea is there's going to be sort of a sort of Mobius ring sort of around one of it, so like a two-sided track.
Oh.
So so that's just sort of going through the level, and just like something that's very obviously rotationally symmetric. Whoop.
I can't wait. It sounds insanely cool.
Yeah, that's sort of the goal with that one.
Just bam.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
As am I.
So that's I guess next week.
Sorry, I'm having some trouble here. Holy crap.
It's all right. My game just locked up for like 20 seconds, so we're good. You'll probably beat me.
I don't know about that. I've died like 4 times.
Well, I didn't know that, so.
Made it. Oh, what the hell? I clipped through the road.
I know, that's been happening a lot. I don't know what's up with that. I actually captured it on when I was testing the level 2.
I'll just blame Unity.
Yeah, it's Unity's fault.
It's always Unity's fault. When is it not?
Actually, the thing that I'm most proud of, as far as like, I mean, aside from the mirrored ice areas, is actually like just figuring out a way to do Christmas lights that's not so like such a huge hit on performance.
Yes,
so, like,
I noticed those little strings you've got in the parts where the city's closer.
Yeah.
They're cute.
So again, actually, what's funny is it's almost the exact same thing I used for the. Whoop. Okay.
Nice.
Nice. So it's almost the exact same thing I used for the ice, where it's a cube without any collision enabled, and I just set it to white. And then what I did was to get it in the parabola shape or whatever I don't know. I'm not a mathematician. I actually
Light
connected
bulb
the
shape?
parts I wanted. Yeah, sort of that arc. I connected where I wanted the line to start and end with a road, and curved the road, and then lined up the lights on the road, and then deleted it. Yeah. So that was kind of a nice, quick trick to lay those out.
Nice. Now I know how to do that if I'm ever making a city.
Yeah, and there's virtually no performance hit with those. So
Speaking of performance hit, when this originally came out, people were having some trouble with it, right?
yeah, so actually I put it out, and it ran fine on my PC, but I guess it wasn't running so hot on basically everyone else's, and so that was just because I had this forest area has so many trees in it, and there are actually about 4 times as many in the original release, just because they were half the size. So I blew them up a bit, and I resized a few things, and the frame rate jumped up. So that was just me being a little careless and rushing to get it out.
It happens.
But yeah, so now that it's all set up again, it runs definitely a lot better. But yeah, there are a lot of people who are saying like I can't run it. And I felt awful.
I remember on Speedy Saturday we were playing through this track and they were talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all very grateful. So I'm going on this right path right now, and you're definitely right. It is the first time I went through this path on the right, it was definitely harder than the second time.
Yeah.
And it feels almost as quick. Like there's
really
not
is.
really much of a difference.
I've actually timed it. It's like basically a second slower.
Okay.
So it's not like, and I think it looks better than the tunnel. The tunnel you're falling straight down, so it's hard to put in obstacles and stuff because they come up on you so fast. It just wouldn't be fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean,
Bam. And
it came out looking, pretty good.
It's good. I really, really like the track. It's a lot of fun. And that's all the time we have for this episode. So I would like to thank you for joining me, Protobot. Once again, it was fun as always.
Always a pleasure.
Everybody on the internet's watching this. You can find a link to Magi on the Steam Workshop page in the description below, as usual. And I gotta ask, is Magi like a reference to anything? Why'd you pick that name? Because it doesn't really.
Magi. Oh yeah. So Magi are the I'm not a Jesus freak, but it's they were the wise men.
Okay, I get
it. So if you look,
Christmas, Magi, North Star.
Yeah.
We're the wise men of
based
distance.
on that. Yeah. So and the 3 tracks are the 3 wise. So
you clever little. That's clever. All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining me again. I'll see you guys next time. Say bye, Protobot.
All right. See you guys later.